Right, so my friend Hayden, yeah, he's a supercar dealer. I say supercar dealer, he just does loads of high-end cars. He doesn't deal with anything sort of below £50,000, I would say, as a rule. And I suppose you already know from the title of this video what car I'm about to be driving. In fact, you just saw the little clip of the key, so you definitely know what car I'm about to drive. But that's pretty much what he deals with. Lambos, Ferraris, Bentleys, Rolls Royce, just anything high-end and expensive. That's generally what he does. I'll put a link to his website in the description below. The car I'm driving today, again, you already know what it is parked there. In fact, I'll show you what it is, yeah? Stack red Lamborghini Huracan Spyder. It's an LP610, which stands for 610 brake horsepower, and I've never driven one before. Now, I am currently working. There's my desk, which you're all familiar with, but I've got the key for a Lamborghini. I've also got a bag full of cameras, because everywhere I go I carry cameras with me. So I kind of would be a bit silly not to get these cameras out. They're all charged, they're always charged. I charge them every time I use them, so they're always fully charged, ready to do a video in case something like this happens. So what I'm going to do, it's an extremely unplanned video. I wasn't expecting this to happen at all. I'm going to go jump in it and take for a little drive, yeah? Let's go. Throw them over there. Oh, bang my head. First thing I noticed is it's very tight in there. Very, very tight. Oh my God. I'm in, just about. So, what I'll do first is I'll get the camera set up and let's just get me a little bit more comfortable, because right now I've got to suss this thing out before I drive it. Alright, so see you in a bit. Very tight. Oh my God. You can see me all right, yeah? So to me that looks a little bit bent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt you that way a little bit. Just because it doesn't matter what I do when I make a video, someone always disturbs me. Making videos is not a straightforward thing. So let me say hello to this guy quick and then I'll continue filming. Right, third time lucky. So here we've got videos. Oh, doesn't matter. Third time lucky, right? Engine start and stop button is underneath this cool looking red lever. Looks like something out of a bloody aeroplane. Press start. Press start. There's a V10 literally just behind me there. And here we've got two pedals connected to an automatic gearbox, and over here, now the tricky thing with this car is how the hell do you put it in drive? See, there's probably lots of Huracan owners now saying, Calv, that's how you put it in drive. Nothing's really jumping out at me here to put it in drive. I'll press M. Nope. Press reverse. That puts it in reverse. If I press the pedal, there we go. So we're now in manual mode. I just pressed it in reverse, then pull it in, pull the right pedal, and we're in first. So we've got reverse camera. I noticed there's a sat nav button there, so it must have sat nav, reverse camera, heated seats. By the way, they're half leather, half suede, and the suede is red. I have been in the passenger seat of one of these before, and from memory it was exactly the same interior as this one. That was with Yianni driving. Right, let's do it. That was an experience for sure. That car was sat in black from memory on the outside, obviously wrapped by Yianni. This car, as you can see, is bright red on the outside and black and red on the inside. Now, the obvious thing that you want to see is me driving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the indicator on, which is actually on the steering wheel, handbrake off, and like I said, I've driven an R8 V10 Plus before, never a Huracan. So, right, so we're currently in auto mode. As you can see, I'm extremely cramped. There is no choice in the matter there for me. I'm 6'2". If you're 6'2", or I would say probably above 6 foot, you can't get a Huracan. I would say that there's probably more room in a coupe than there is a Spyder, but double check that. Like I say, this is all new to me. Whoa, the brakes are sharp. Jolted forward slightly there. This is all new to me. I don't know loads about them, alright? So forgive me for having a lack of knowledge on this car, but I would say that a coupe's probably got a little bit more legroom than a convertible, because we've got the roof and all the gubbins for the roof behind me here, so I can't put the seat back as far as I probably could in a coupe. This car, I don't know how to flash my lights, so I'm just going to do that with my hands. I don't know where the lights are. Now, Huracans are known, and Audi R8 V10 Pluses, they are known for that crackling sound that they do when you let off. And it's not doing it. Right, it's not doing it in that mode. So we're currently in Strada mode, which I assume, there's a button at the bottom of the steering wheel, by the way. If I flick that down, see, that's very, very responsive. I flick that down to sport mode. I assume now we're in a sportier mode. I don't know what the word Strada stands for. Again, forgive me for not knowing. There's the crackle. Now, indicators are there. So now we're in sports mode and we've got that crackle that I'm looking for. This is going to be fun. This is definitely going to be a fun little journey. You're still filming. Can you see me all right there? Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? Currently sat at a set of traffic lights in a Lamborghini Huracan. Right. First gear, I'm just going to give it a little bit of throttle. Oh my god! It literally just skips off. I'm sure, I know the crackles out the back. Surely you can see that through the camera. I'll do that again, watch. It's the indicators I'm not getting used to. It's crazy. The gear changes, you can definitely see that through the camera. They are seamless. It's like there's no gearbox. All you notice is a change in engine tone. You don't actually feel the gear changes whatsoever. And that is proof that engineering has come so far. I remember driving an Audi R8 V8. Please refuel we've got on the dash now. Please refuel. I seem to get that a lot in a lot of the cars that I drive, but I suppose you'd expect that with a big thirsty V8 or V10 even behind your head. But getting back onto the V8 subject, the Audi R8 V8, I remember driving an R8 V8 with an R-Tronic gearbox a little while ago, and brilliant car. I've done a video on that also. You can go and check that out, and the R8 V10 Plus. I use that as an excuse to tell you about them two videos, R8 V10 Plus and the R8 V8 with an R-Tronic gearbox. I've done a video on both of them. You can check them out in the description below. But moving on, that gearbox in that R8 V8, the R-Tronic gearbox wasn't good at all. It was great as in I thoroughly appreciate not having a clutch pedal. I am not a fan of a clutch whatsoever, but the gearbox was very delayed between gears. You notice the pause. There's a pause between the gears. When you're driving it's easy to get used to. It's very easy to drive with, but there is a pause between the gears. And now this thing here, it's obviously an improved version of that gearbox. It is the most perfect gearbox I've ever experienced in my life. Now generally, through my camera, when you're watching me in any car, you will, I keep doing that with the indicators, you will always see a little jolt through the camera as I change gear, because naturally there's a gearbox in it, a big lump of metal with cogs and wheels inside. So of course you're going to see a little jolt in the camera as I change gear. Now obviously I don't know that you're not going to see a jolt in this car, but I'm going to guess that it is so perfect, this gearbox, that you will not even see a flicker in the camera. So let's get over this speed bump. I've come the wrong way for this, by the way. Like seriously. I'll do first and second now, yeah? We got to third. How was that? To me, the gearbox feels precision, perfect, spot on, seamless, every word that you can think of in your mind that describes something that is perfection. There is no gaps between his gear changes whatsoever. What is a subject that I should highlight with this car? I suppose when the R8 V10 Plus and the Lamborghini Huracan come out, personally I was excited about the two cars, but when I found out that they didn't have turbos, I was a bit shocked. The sound is ridiculous. Indicators. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. Sorry, I forgot where I was going then. Indicators, they're so unnatural. Because I love a car with a turbo, yeah? And a turbo does add a huge element of excitement with every car. You take a turbo away from a car of any kind, whether it's a 2-litre diesel or an Evo or whatever car you've got in your mind, you kind of kill the excitement a little bit. And when a Lamborghini, an Audi indicator, bring out a car, a supercar, the best car that almost the best car that they've created, and don't put a turbo on it, it's a little bit disappointing. But when I first drove an R8 V10 Plus, I'm not joking, it was the most surprising car I'd ever driven. When I drove my friend Danny's Audi R8 V10 Plus, here it goes. Oh, I got out of that car and I was like, do you know what? That is the best car I've ever driven. Now, when Hayden come and dropped me the keys to this car, I thought, I already know what that car drives like. I know how great it is, and I know already, I can feel how excited I am about getting in the driver's seat of it. The curiosity was already satisfied, but this one is the same car, but with a Lamborghini badge. This engine, right, so it's got no turbo, so naturally you think, well, it's got no turbo, it's going to be boring, it's going to lack character, and it's going to lack, I suppose, potential to tune, because us as massive petrol heads, we like to tune cars, yeah? The first thing I'd done when I bought my GTR was I tuned it, and that's always an option, or more of an option, when you've got turbos on your car. This car, okay, obviously doesn't have turbos, yeah? Now I'm on a reasonably straight road, well, not straight road, a fast road, and I'm going to pull out of it, get on the straight. Seriously, don't worry, if you're thinking about buying one of these cars and you'd like something that's turbocharged, I promise you, I absolutely promise you will not be disappointed. It's stupid. It is exactly like when I think about the Volkswagen Golf R. Now I know you can't compare this to a Volkswagen Golf R, but when I drive this car and I think of that full drive thing and I think of power delivery, it just grabs the road and takes off. I love that whole setup. I love a perfect gearbox that doesn't jolt me when I change gears. I also love a car that has throttle response when I press the accelerator pedal. And honestly, is perfect, and then perfect again, and then it's shielded by a Lamborghini body. So it looks beautiful, it drives pristinely perfect, whatever word, I can't think of any other bloody word, but there's plenty of good words that I've used. Pristine, perfect, seamless. It's the most perfect thing that I've ever driven, and it's got a Lamborghini badge. The power delivery is addictive. Oh. Let me undo that window a minute. Where's the window? There it is. Seriously, listen. Oh, down. It's got auto down windows. That sound. When you let off. That sound is bloody ridiculous. I don't know how to make it do it, but the car's bloody perfect. I am going to end the video now, but I'm going to end it with some outside shots, of course. I want you to see the outside of this car in a bit more detail. But as ever, thank you very much for watching. If you are new to my channel, which I know a lot of you probably would have just found this video by searching for a Lamborghini Huracan review, if you have, this is pretty much what I do all the time. I do focus more, I am focusing more now on car reviews than anything else. So if you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button, and that'll keep you up to date with all my videos that I've got coming up. And if you did like it, of course, providing you've got a YouTube account, hit the thumbs up button, because that's your way of telling YouTube that the video you just watched is brilliant, and that'll help me get ranked up in the listings on YouTube. So do hit that thumbs up button, and I'll hopefully see you again soon, alright? Bye.